Congratulations on entering the final round of the All-Nighter Champion competition. When you're lying in bed and can't fall asleep, I happened to come across this episode of Xiaohua's Wilderness Building series. So, you've copied it again. I'm guessing you have your left foot crossed over your right foot right now. Battery level, around 60%. If you guessed correctly, please give it a like. If this guess is wrong, please let it all go. When I guessed right, when the jungles of Ionia are covered in silver, German shouldered his bag. Alone, I embark on a rendezvous with the winter snow. He let the frost and snow fall on his body, just in a hurry. The tree roots on this island are quite good. Just in time to build the little river for tonight, after a quick clean of the floor. Zhuangji stepped into the forest. Select those collapsed and dry cloud mountains. He collided with a straight tree trunk as thick as a thigh. Cut it down and bring it home. It becomes a sturdy roof beam. He quietly began collecting timber in the snow. The busy figures added a touch of beauty to the jungle. Excess branches also need to be carefully pruned. That way, you won't hurt yourself when you move in. With the frame in place, sealing can begin. He intended to give it to Zimyugunch. These complex branches are quite nice. You can collect some and lay them on the frame. A green shell, initially woven to protect against wind and snow, has been formed. Whenever too much snow accumulates at the top of the tree, Yongxin will shake it off to relieve the pressure. It looks mysterious and beautiful. However, some large trees could not withstand the pressure. Then it can only be submerged in the frost and snow. This just happens to provide some aspects for German. Fresh juice is more concentrated. Laying it on top will create a perfect seal. The texture gradually fills every gap. This thickness not only blocks blood, it also has quite good heat retention. He couldn't resist going in to experience it right after he finished building it. Judging from his expression, he seems very satisfied. He even covered the bottom with a layer of snow. This effectively provides its stability. It can also cover the bottom gap. Excess branches were laid on the ground. Create a wilderness scene filled with the fresh scent of grass and trees. Simmons. I just don't know if the ground will feel prickly when I sleep there. The snow at the entrance also needs to be carefully cleared. Then you can find some rubble to build a campfire. You can find many like this under the roots of trees. The tall trees in the distance were covered with pine cones. I wonder if any squirrels have come to forage for food. The reason for building fire ditches with stones. This is because it can not only concentrate the fire source and prevent it from being blown away. It also has strong heat insulation properties. Even after the fire goes out, it can still provide warmth for quite a long time. With a campfire, you still need to collect firewood. Dry branches are crunchy when broken. It looks perfect for keeping warm. Fireflies, on the other hand, are made from dried birch bark, accompanied by the strong smell of gunpowder. From then on, German no longer needed to fear the cold. He quickly warmed his already frozen hands. Puffs of white smoke rose from the damp trousers. However, in order to maintain its stable combustion, a large amount of firewood still needs to be collected. This is also the most time-consuming step in snow life, especially before night falls. There must be enough reserves to last until dawn. Otherwise, it might get completely cold in the middle of the night. During the rest period, he took out a frying pan and heated it. I'm planning to cook myself dinner. Then he picked up a wooden stick and carefully polished it. Originally, I planned to make a small shovel. Roll the wild meat filling brought from home into balls. Then, squeeze it into a thick meat patty, sizzling in the pan. Simple seasonings paired with the vigor of the snowfield. That is the ultimate delicacy. A captivating fragrance spread out. Just smelling it fills me with happiness. Wait until both sides are golden brown. Dewan quickly took a sip and tasted it. This flavor is just as good as the crusty crab. After finishing his meal, he quietly sipped his hot tea. Wisps of smoke drifted into the forest. Only warmth and comfort remain. Perhaps it is a feeling. Get a butt. He then placed another layer of branches on the ground. They even brought out their treasured blankets to lay down. Then they continued collecting firewood. Night fell quietly before we knew it. Devon made a shoe rack using a vertical fork. While setting it up, let the campfire dry it off. Unidentified birds also flew around at night. However, none of this has anything to do with German. Because he had already slipped into his sleeping bag and fallen asleep, the weather cleared up the next day. Sunny. However, the temperature is still very low. He quickly rekindled the campfire that had just gone out. Make yourself a pot of hot tea. Instant coffee can effectively provide energy. A glass of water upon waking is enough to wake up your body. He planned to grill some fatty beef for breakfast. Another rooster egg. No, not 2. 3. How many of those 4 aren't your buddies? Add some secret seasoning. This little bit of flavor comes right up with a scratch. Take a bite. A feeling of immense happiness. But the wind was deliberately working against him. Blow the smoke into your face. Smell made it impossible to open my eyes. After eating and drinking enough, he began packing his equipment. Then use chicken blood to completely extinguish the campfire. All that's left are memories. All that remains are footprints. This is the basic rule of the wild fool. After finishing, I shouldered my heavy backpack. Preparing to embark on the next journey, he arrived without a trace in the snow. He left with a heart full of peace.